Hi, welcome back. Great to have you, Rush Limbaugh. Talent on loan from God. So I checked the email during the break, and do you really think that she didn't believe any of that, Rush? Look, I understand, because the previous caller made a good point. The last half of Michelle's speech was manipulative. It was a giant emotional tug. And there's no question that was the intent. I mean, who are they going after? Going after women. They're trying to shore up the female vote, and they're doing that with a strictly emotional pitch. Did anybody catch, by the way, when she presents her family history and Obama's? What's obvious about it? They both grew up in normal, two-parent American homes. Healthy, mom and dad, two-parent American families. That's something that doesn't happen enough in this country anymore. There are way too many single-parent homes out there. These two do not have, contrary to what they are attempting to accomplish here, they do not have a past that is replete with a lot in common with modern-day poor people, modern-day lower-middle-class people. They don't have a lot in common. Their family upbringing and family structure was quite normal. Kind of stuff that television shows in the 50s were made about, to be quite honest with you. Black and white TV days, exactly. Now, Michelle's parents never were divorced. Barack's were, but still there was always a father there somewhere. That was a two-parent, and the upbringing was, solid middle class. The expectations, go to college, go to school, make it happen. They did it. Neither of those two thought they weren't going to live past age 21, for example, which is what I hear is common in poor neighborhoods today. But I'll share with you some other thoughts that I had. By the way, I mispronounced the name of the highfalutin school. It's Punahou. I think I said Punahou. It's Punahou in Hawaii. But it is for the upper crust out there. That's the place. That's the Sidwell Friends. It's where everybody wants their kids to get into. Parents work as hard there as anywhere else to get their kids into that school. That's where Obama went. I don't know if he had a voucher to get in there or not. I don't know what the finances were. His mother worked at a bank and was not nearly as bad off as Michelle. What was this? Glass ceiling, people she'd trained got promoted above her. Yeah, let's yank the heartstrings again. Now, based on Michelle's speech last night, I'm supposed to know now that the Obamas don't care about material possessions. She said that. Despite the cost of her wardrobe, despite the lavish parties, despite the Hollywood fundraisers, and she said she traveled this country. I said, well, what about the world? How about all these separate vacations that you take, madam? With the separate airplane and a traveling party of 35 or 40 that you're not paying for. And you want us to believe that you don't care about material things? Sorry, I didn't swallow that one. I was unable to forget these lavish vacations as I was listening to this hard scrabble story last night. Now, I was told that I'm supposed to accept and believe that they are caring people, despite Barack's half-brother still living in a hut and having to ask virtual strangers for help to pay his medical bills. Despite that, Barack cares. That's what they told me. I have to believe. I have to trust Barack cares, but his brother still lives in a hut. If my brother lived in a hut, and I heard about my brother living in a hut, some days I'd leave him there, but I'd get him out of it. And you would too. Particularly after the world found out about it. If the world found out that you are a multiple millionaire and your brother's living in a hut. You don't do anything about it. Your wife goes out and gives a speech to the nation telling us that he cares. Asking us to believe a lot. And as I said, I was curious why she felt the need to reintroduce herself and her father and her husband. I was asking myself last night, did the past 4 years not happen? Do we not know that she's got a garden? Do we not know that she wants to impact the food in the grocery store? Are we supposed to judge her husband on his composite biography and their dates and the car and the dumpster diving coffee table? Not the unemployment? Not the underemployment, not the deficit, not the 47 million people on food stamps, not the $4,000 annual drop in median family income. That doesn't matter. We're supposed to support this guy because he cares, and he picked his wife up in a car with a hole in the door and dumpster dove for a coffee table, his most prized possession. His shoes are half size too small. That stuff doesn't matter to me. And there was no amount, nothing she could say last night that would make that matter to me. 23 million Americans out of work matters to me. Economic malaise collapse, that matters to me. I have to go.
More money.